going on, Bengals fans? Happy Victory Monday. How about that? We are past midnight here tonight, so it is technically Victory Monday here on Bengals Breakdown, something that we have not seen and said in a long time here. But Cincinnati finds a way to get it done. Certainly it wasn't the most pretty game of all time. Certainly had some mistakes, and the ball finally bounced Cincinnati's way a couple of times in this ball game against the Dallas Cowboys. Just getting wrapped up with our watch party here, so we got our instant reaction video coming your guys' way. My 5 main takeaways after the Bengals improved their record from 4-8 to 5-8 and got a win on the road in Dallas against the Dallas Cowboys. So my takeaways are around the corner, but before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to hit that sub button if you have not done so already. If you hung out with us during our watch party and enjoyed it, great. We're going to continue to do our watch parties throughout the remainder of the season, even if the Bengals are eliminated from the playoffs, which still feels like only a matter of time before that happens. But regardless, we've got all the best Bengals content here at Bengals Breakdown, pretty much daily videos for you guys as well. So hit that sub button if you haven't done so already, youtube.com/BengalsTV. First takeaway, look, the ball finally bounced Cincinnati's way here in this football game. Obviously, you want to go to the very end of the game, and we can look at that play on special teams, right? And during our watch party, I don't know if I have ever been in shock like I was in that moment. I truly did not know what to say when that went down because the Bengals kind of messed around on that drive. They're giving the ball back to Dallas. Dallas has all their timeouts. You're sitting there like, oh, Dallas is going to go kick a game-winning field goal with Brandon Aubrey. Of course, he can hit from anywhere. So it just kind of felt like that was inevitable in terms of what this game was going to end like. But, of course, that did not happen. Rico gets his punt blocked. The ball goes up in the air. And Amani Oruwariye, I don't know if I said that right, but I think that was a pretty good pronunciation there. He steps in front, and he muffs the kick. And essentially what happens in that moment, even if it's blocked, if that ball goes past the line of scrimmage, it's just like any old punt, which is part of the reason why I was so shocked when it went down. So that's a live ball after it hits off Oruwariye. And Muma Jongmeta, the guy that we spent so much time talking about in the preseason, is there to recover at the biggest play of his professional career, no doubt. Zach Taylor, after the game, even admitted that was a lucky play. Certainly was. And I think the interception earlier in the game and the Cowboys' second possession of the game where you got Jordan Battle and CeeDee Lamb running into each other, right? And then the ball hits Cam Taylor-Britt. He should have picked it off. Pops up into the air, and Geno Stone is there to pick it off. So the ball did bounce Cincinnati's way. The face mask, by the way, that was an egregious miss. So that certainly went against Cincinnati. So I think you can certainly think that it kind of balances out because Joe Burrow obviously should have got a penalty called against him when he had his face mask grabbed. But regardless, it was nice to see things kind of turn around for this Cincinnati Bengals football team. All the bad luck that they have had to deal with this season, things finally come full circle and they get the ball to bounce their way here in Dallas on Monday night. Leads us to the pinned comment of today's video. What is your one-word reaction from the Bengals win against the Dallas Cowboys? Sound off for us in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If that ad comes here on YouTube, that's totally fine. Take advantage of it. Get down in the comment section and sound off for us. Second takeaway, history in the making. I've got Ja'Marr Chase's picture right there, but it's really him and Joe Burrow. There really isn't a debate. Ja'Marr Chase is that dude, and he's the best wide receiver in the National Football League. Cincinnati is going to wish, if they haven't already, that they paid Ja'Marr Chase this offseason because the price is just going to continue to go up as he chases this Triple Crown. Cincinnati's going to have to back up the Brinks truck for this guy because he is absolutely unbelievable, and he showed it once again in this game. Almost hit 200 yards again, had 177, 2 scores, 14 receptions. It seemed like Joe Burrow was looking at him all the time, and he was delivering, and it was absolutely unbelievable to watch. Ja'Marr Chase is absolutely that guy. There's really no disputing it at this point. We tried to say it all throughout the offseason. We tried to say it last year as well, and it's finally coming to fruition. I think some people are really hopping on board with just how good Ja'Marr Chase is, and same with Joe Burrow, man. And there's a couple different ways you could look at this, right? You could be really sad or angry even that the Bengals are 5-8, and they've got these two guys who are arguably the best at their position in the National Football League. But I've chosen to take the kind of optimistic route, right, and be like, man, we might be a 5-8 team at this point, but it is unbelievable that we get to see those two guys go out there and compete every single Sunday because it is absolutely must-see TV. It is history in the making. Ja'Marr Chase is absolutely coming for that Triple Crown Award. And I think that's one of the main goals for the Cincinnati Bengals football team, as they are probably going to be eliminated from the playoffs. And it's really only a matter of time before that happens. We'll continue with our takeaways here in a moment. But first, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks, because today's instant reaction video, of course, is presented by Prize Picks. Big shout out to Prize Picks, as they were the sponsor on our watch party as well. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 200 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Like I said, you can now win up to 200 times your money on Prize Picks, and Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. It's the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. They even have an injury insurance policy. If one of your players leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. They also invented the Flex Play. This is what we were rolling with here at our Chat Sports studios as far as the Flex Play goes for this football game, and it worked out really well for us. As you take a look at that CeeDee Lamb more than, obviously that was a successful pick for us on Prize Picks. The Chase Brown more than didn't exactly go our way, didn't get as much yardage on the ground as we expected, but Rico Dowdle did do a good job of doing that. His more than was successful, as Rico Dowdle absolutely went crazy in this football game for the Dallas Cowboys. He is really hot right now, coming off another great performance on Monday night. So that is the Flex Play, and we doubled our money, even if one of our picks didn't hit, which it did not, but it was still awesome to have that Prize Pick slate. So download the app today. Use code CLNS and get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Next takeaway here. The defense did enough. Was the defense good? No, they weren't. But they did enough. And look, they got a couple of things went their way, right? Certainly playing against a backup quarterback, that's an advantage, right? It's not like Dak Prescott was out there playing quarterback for Dallas. And that turnover there on that second drive was huge. The interception from Geno Stone was absolutely massive in this football game for Cincinnati. And it really kind of turned the table, really, in this game, because Dallas was going right down the field again, as they had done on their first drive. And most certainly we're going to score another touchdown, but the Cincinnati defense stepped up, did some good things. They forced some punts, something that we haven't seen opposing teams do much against the Cincinnati Bengals, and also forced some field goal attempts. And as I said during our watch party, where the Bengals are at this point, it kind of feels like a win when they force the opposition into kicking field goals. As crazy as that is, even if they don't give up a touchdown, if they force a field goal, it feels like a win. That's kind of where you're at with this Cincinnati Bengals defense. Leads us into our next takeaway. The zero blitz finally worked. That was a crucial possession there late in the second half, where Lou Anarumo decided to zero blitz Cooper Rush. And Lou Anarumo has done that several times this year, and I literally don't think it has worked one time as far as the zero blitz goes, but it finally worked. Lipke was back there blocking for Cooper Rush, but he just did not have enough protection back there with him. Geno Stone was able to come free and really put a big hit on Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush essentially had to throw it away. Didn't really have an opportunity to convert there for Dallas. That was really the first time that zero pressure worked, and that certainly was good to see because of how many times they have tried that and it has backfired, but it finally got home, and it was a massive play for them defensively on Monday night. Another opportunity for you guys to get interactive with our show here at Bengals Breakdown. Grade the Bengals defense in this football game. Sound off for us in the comment section. Be honest with us. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm kind of, I don't know exactly what to grade them, because part of me is like, they got the win. They did enough. They made some plays. I'll give them a B. Probably, I mean, that's too nice. It probably is more of a C minus kind of range. I'm tempted to give them a B because it was just enough. That's what this team needed. They just needed to go out there and get a win for the morale, for the city, and they were able to do that on Monday night. But regardless, get down in the comment section, grade the Bengals defense A, B, C, D, or F. Last takeaway here, I just want to say I'm a little bit worried about Joe Burrow. Of course, Burrow in this game got hit a bunch as he has all season long, and did come off after, I believe that's when Micah Parsons landed on him. Parsons landed on him a few times, but he came off the field on that possession, and he had to put a sleeve on his knee after taking a massive hit. And you were holding your breath. If you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, that is your franchise. That is your, future right there with Joe Burrow. And that's kind of the worry, right? When you're in a spot like the Bengals are that are pretty much out of the playoffs, and he's in a position where he could go out and get hurt long term, that obviously scares you. And I still am very much worried about this guy, but this guy just goes out there and absolutely competes his tail off. Again, Zach Taylor after the game just kind of credited Burrow's toughness. We will find out more what the situation is with the knee. I'm sure he's going to say it was nothing at all, but he definitely was wincing putting the sleeve on. It's definitely not going to feel good tomorrow, but it was good enough for him to finish the game, and it was really good to see him still move around out there because the first play when he came back, he still stepped up in the pocket, rolled out to his left, and fired a missile to Ja'Marr Chase, so he looked like the same Joe Burrow, but just all the punishment definitely is worrisome. Over these next 4 games, that is priority number 1. Obviously, you are trying to win as many as possible, but priority number 1 is to make sure Joe Burrow gets through them healthy and is ready to go for week 1 in 2025.